Today's update is small and it might look a bit weak, but there's some solid improvements in here which we'll cover right after Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is an automated service that lets you trade skins instantly for a fee, sign up now, and get up to $5 bonus. Simply add items from your inventory, then find skins that matches your current balance. Site offers live support 24/7. You can also top up your balance if you're missing a few dollars, and there's a lot of skins to choose from. Visit my link down below to get to Skins Monkey. Quick rundown of the map section, more specifically agency and what's been going on. A few days ago, Valve pushed the latest version of the map, which we thought would fix the audio, but it didn't. And at the time, it wasn't clear if this was on Valve's end or the map creators, but 2 days later, they pushed another update that basically confirmed that Valve could do something about it, and that relieved agency out of its misery. Now, in today's update, Valve shipped the latest version of the map again, with the creators still replacing sounds and sound entities with what says hopefully working versions, so I'm back to being confused. Maybe it's still required a fix on both ends to make sure it works in other environments, but point is, you can play agency now without the sound breaking. Grail was also one of the other maps that got a small update today, but let's move on to the knife animation changes. This is again still tied to the AnimGraph 2 update from July, which means we're almost 2 months in and Valve are still polishing and cleaning up bugs from the new system. But today there's 2 very noticeable improvements. To first, the outdoor knife, which Valve called it in the notes, but it's really just a Nomad. As you can see in slow motion, the improvement is pretty clear, but it also feels better in normal speed. The other fan favorite is the Bayonet, which if you slow it down as well, you can see the jitters, and that's been smoothed out in today's update. Well, some people even go so far as to say that it feels like the old Bayonet. And to hopefully close out the whole AnimGraph 2 bug fixing arc that's been going on for far too long, there's one last important change which was spotted by bad@paint.net. Before this update, if you turned quickly, the weapon would swing around in circles which looked just dumber the faster you went. And today's update fixed it so it looks smooth and natural, which by the way is a very big improvement. But hopefully this means we can finally move on from the first person view model bug fixes. And now onto the part I think most of you were waiting for. Valve says they improved performance when firing weapons. CS2 Kitchen recently made a video about the performance overall, and it looks to me like Valve watched the video. I tested and compared it myself. I don't use scripted benchmarks. I just play on Valve's deathmatch server on Mirage in a full lobby with data captured in the same area of the map while focusing on multi-kills and no deaths. The sample that I get is reliable, and comparing my old run with today's update, performance clearly went up, not just for 1% lows, but also 0.1% lows, which was a nice surprise. I don't use reflex. I cap my FPS together with no reflex in the launch options, so your results may vary, but I've seen some people online saying they feel a difference. I suggest trying it out on Valve's deathmatch, or maybe even just through a competitive game. Then something else that flew under my radar was trust factor messages being back in action. Yes, Valve has secretly enabled them again, but I'll see you in the next video, hopefully with bigger news. Peace.